Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good Saturday. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Yeah, today we are going to do the match preview a bit early, because it's a Saturday and we do need to get some rest. Unfortunately, yesterday we didn't get a chance to go online for the Kiosk ground because nothing much really happened, as well as I was not available. But it's good to see you. It's good to be here with you. I want to make sure everything is up and running um, as we also wait for the UKG family to join. Yeah, to make sure everything is okay. The UKG family is live and online as we are joining. It's been a wonderful week. Can't complain about it. Can't complain much. It's been an eventful week, and Premier League football is back. Um, yeah, so uh, I'm happy that the international break is over. The international break usually is a bit, for me, it's a bit boring. I don't really enjoy having the international break because I'm not a fan of international football. Sorry. I, I enjoy more of club football than international football. But yeah, I do get to watch some games here and there. I do get to watch Kenya play as well. As much as I don't follow much of Kenyan football, but I also watch a bit of international football. But it's not as exciting as, of course, club football. So yeah, that's me. That's who I am. I'm sorry I get to disappoint you because I'm not really a fan of international football. But yeah. So City are hosting United this Sunday. It's a big match. We know that Manchester United were handed or have been handed a pretty tough start to the season. We've played Arsenal in the first match week, went to Fulham. High hopes were expecting to win the game. It didn't happen. The next game was against Grimsby. We all know what happened. We lost. And then the other game was Burnley. Close shave. Yes, we won 3-2. But the performance was good. But the results were, yeah, as much as we got the 3 points, not much confidence really after watching that game. So tomorrow we are playing a very good game, a very tricky fixture. Yeah, we know that City have not performed well so far this season. They won their first match, lost their last two matches in the Premier League, and they've also been hit with an injury crisis. Ryan Chaki is out, Mamush is out, and they're having injury crisis. So should United take advantage of that? Should Manchester United capitalize on the fact that City do not have their key players, especially Mamush? Mamush, since he came in last January or last transfer window in January, yeah, he's performing well, and it's always good to take advantage of a team that's not quite performing well. Yeah, so yeah, a couple of guys who are joining. Thanks, Abdub, for joining. Jeff Hamed, as always, you're saying back like I never left. Yeah, you went missing quite a bit, Jeff. You've you've been missing quite a bit, and it's good to see you back. Yeah. Also, make sure you like the stream, you share the stream so that we get the UKG family coming on. As I say, today we've started a bit early. Instead of starting at 9, we've started minutes to 9 because, yeah, we do need to get some rest ahead of the big game tomorrow. Yeah. So City have been hit by injuries as well as United. We know that Mount is unavailable, Cunha is unavailable, as well as Diogo Dalot. He came back with an injury from international break, so we'll go through the team news. But this is a game that I'm looking forward to. Um, for some reason, I have a feeling we will win. Honestly, I have a feeling we will win. I have that gut feeling that we will win. Not sure whether it's because of those early injury news or it's because of Amorim has already gotten a win against Pep. And we might end up beating City, because one thing we need to avoid in this game is another defeat. Because if United are defeated by City, I can't imagine the pressure that will be on Ineos, the pressure that will be on Amorim. And yeah, City have lost 2 matches, their last 2 matches, but the microscope is on United. It's always on United. We keep saying that the media is biased against United. So if City win, um, they will focus more on United. But if we win, then it gives us hope. It gives the players the confidence. It gives the fans the confidence. And it's a Manchester derby. That's one of the biggest games we have every other season. Every season, that's the biggest game you can have. And it's at the Etihad. So we need to go there and we need to make a statement. Yeah, we keep saying that uh, Amorim needs to be given time. Amorim needs to show that at least something is working. But now with Cunha injured, Mount injured, and Dalot, we are yet to see what will happen in that game. We are going to go through the predicted lineup. I'm already seeing Jeff Ahmed posting his predicted lineup. Yeah, let me. I'm not sure why the comments are not coming through. Let me see. Why are the comments not coming through? Yeah, sorry. I'm seeing comments coming through on TikTok, on YouTube, but for some reason they are not coming through the live. So I just want to make sure that I can be able to highlight those comments. Yes, and now it's working. So there was a bit of a delay. Yeah, so Jeff Ahmed, your comment there, we'll highlight it when we come to the predicted lineup section. And just want to give a shout out to some of the guys who've joined. So Moyes92, thanks for joining. Ferdinand, Lincoln, you've joined, and you've also liked the live. Thanks and welcome. Hassan Burundi, you've also joined. We have Jay, we have QR. Thanks for everyone who's joining. Who else? Abraham Lincoln, that's a different Lincoln. We have Paps who's joined. We have Gilbert K who's joined. So thanks for joining. We have Master, Aizen Master, who's also joined. And we have someone who only has a full stop for their name. They've also joined. So yeah, thanks for joining. And yeah, let's go to the team news. So what's happening with United? Let's go through the team news. There we go. So so there's a team update provided by Amorim. He gave this update on Friday. The United managers usually do their interviews on Friday, and this is what Amorim said: that Cunha, Mount, and Diogo Dalot are unavailable for the Etihad trip. My worry is the fact that we don't have the first two, Cunha and Mount, because Cunha provides something different. He brings something different to the team. He brings that energy. He can be able to unlock defenders. He can be able to dribble past people. He can be able to pull players towards him and lay a pass. Mount as well, we know that he's good on the press. He's a hard worker. He works hard. He tracks back. He wins balls. He creates opportunities. He plays those simple passes to the forwards or midfielders and creates opportunities. So missing those two, I'm a bit worried. Because I look at the options we have. Yes, they are good ones. We have at least Kobe Mainu might get a chance to play. We still have Joshua Zirkzee in. And I hope that in this game, Sheshko finally gets to start. Diogo Dalot, at least we have some cover because we know Ahmad can play in that position. We know that Mazraoui probably is fit. We'll see. He might come in and play in that position. So for Dalot, I'm not quite worried. But Cunha and Mount, yeah, the reports are stating that the injuries are not quite intense. They are not quite long-term injuries. But I don't understand why they are not playing. Probably it's because they are being protected against getting other injuries when they come in. Yeah, so Amorim said that I think they are out of this game. I don't know how long it's going to take. We need those players to be very, very competitive, to be very, very competitive team. We need those players to be a very, very competitive team, but we have a very good players. Why am I not reading well? Let me start again. I think they are out of this game. I don't know how long it's going to take. We need those players to be a very, very competitive team, but we have very good players that are eager to play. So we will be competitive on Sunday, but they are out. They cannot help us in the game. So they won't be on the bench. They won't be on the squad. So that's given. So he was also asked about how long it will take them for them to come back, or how long they will be out. He said, if you talk to Cunha, if you catch Cunha outside, he will say he will play then in this game. So I don't know. We will manage day by day, but they are pushing hard, and that's a good thing. So at least we are changing tact in terms of how we are managing injuries. We are not bringing in players straight away after being on the injury list. You remember under Ten Hag, we used to have a situation where like Martinez immediately gets fit, he comes, plays 1-2 games, he's injured again. Mason Mount the same, gets fit, plays 1 game, does not even finish the game, is injured again. So at least right now we are being cautious. We have a good squad. It might not be a perfect squad, but at least we have options. For example, Kobe Mainu can come in and play in Cunha's position, or Kobe Mainu can drop into midfield and Bruno plays as a number 10. So we still have options that can play in the midfield. Now moving on with the news, we have then Amorim confirmed that Bayindir will remain in goal for the derby, despite hailing the potential of a new signing, Lamens. Yeah, so now it's guaranteed, or it's confirmed, that Bayindir is going to start that game, and we suspected that in our last live. We said that we don't see how Amorim is going to start San Lamens in a high pressure situation in a derby game, because of 2 things. Number one, he came in just before we went on international break, and number two, he's a young keeper. This is United. It's always high pressure. Pressure is like oxygen. So in case he plays in the Manchester derby and doesn't have a good game, the pressure will be too big for him to handle, and we will lose him. Remember when Onana came in, the first few games, in fact the first friendly he played, made a mistake. Since then, it's been catastrophic. You look at Bayindir, at least he's been playing. Yes, he has made a couple of mistakes, but he hasn't played as much as Onana last season, and he's our second choice keeper. So if Onana has left, automatically the second choice becomes the first choice. And City is a big game, and we can't push a new keeper in a high stakes game or in a high pressure situation, and then we lose him after this game. There are a lot of games still to be played. The other thing, I'm not happy with how our fans are comparing City's situation with our situation. You can't compare Donnarumma with Sané Lamens. Donnarumma is far much experienced than Sané Lamens. So you can't start saying that why is Pep playing Donnarumma and we can't play Sané Lamens, so we could have gone for Martinez. No, you can't use one game to judge the whole transfer around that keeper. He's a good keeper. Donnarumma, yes, is experienced. We could have wanted him. We could have gone for him, but we are in a situation where we don't want to break our wage structure, and we also want to get players for the future. So, stop comparing Donnarumma and Sané Lamens. That's a completely different situation. That's a goalkeeper who has UCL experience. He has played for the biggest clubs in Europe. He has played for Juve. He has played for PSG. So you can't really compare him with Sané Lamens, who's played for Royal Antwerp, and the last season was his first full season. So it only makes logical sense for Bayindir to come in. He's already played in the Premier League. He has that groove in him. He has that match rhythm to play. He understands the Premier League. He has some Premier League experience. That being said, we are not sure whether Donnarumma will play, or even if he plays, how will he perform? We are not sure. So for me, I would rather protect Sané Lamens and have Bayindir play, and then later in the league, then he comes in and starts getting match time. So based on the team news, we know that Bayindir will start. So the discussion about Sané Lamens, it shouldn't be a debate. We should steer away from that discussion. So Nubis Kubis, you're saying if Lamens plays in other games and makes mistakes, Will he avoid criticism? No, he won't avoid criticism, but the criticism that will come from playing in this derby will be more. I'll give you a scenario. Take San Elements beaten by City in a derby, in a Manchester derby, versus Sun Elements, let's say, losing or getting scored against or conceding goals against, let's say, Nottingham Forest. The pressure will be more if it's a derby game. A derby game is a game you can't afford mistakes. A derby game is a game that all eyes are on Manchester United. In any other game like Nottingham Forest or whatever, it's a situation you can't recover. But when you're playing against big teams like Arsenal, like City, like Liverpool, you can't throw in a new keeper straight away in the mold of Sunny Lamens. Yes, he might perform well, but we need to protect him. The other thing we need to remember is he's only been at the club for 2 weeks. He's only trained for 2 weeks. And when he was training, not everyone was around. The other players were away on international break. So we can't really say he will avoid criticism in other games. He will get criticized. But the magnitude of criticism that will come when he plays in the City game, right after joining 2 weeks ago, will be more catastrophic. Basically, if let's say we have Nottingham Forest in the next few weeks, he plays, he concedes, then the criticism will involve. Because right now, remember, there is this cloud over him versus Martinez. So if he goes to the City game, let's say concedes even one goal, already the media will start saying that United made the wrong choice. They could have gone for Martinez. But if we ride out, we wait for that cloud to fade away, and he plays, let's say, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, then the criticism will be less compared to the City game. So Dylan, hello, how are you? How are you doing? Yeah, welcome to the UKG family. I think it's the first time you're tuning in live and commenting. So going back to the news, it's that Lisandro Martinez is continuing with his recovery from a knee operation. Mazraoui made his first appearance of the season in the Burnley game, although did not play for Morocco during the international break. So yeah, Mazraoui. I don't know why I'm zoning out. I think I'm distracted by a lot of things. Let me concentrate. So Mazraoui is available. He didn't play for the Morocco international team during the break, so we might see him, considering that Diogo Dalot is not available. We might see Mazraoui play that game. And I like the interview he did recently. And Mazraoui is a player that should be a blueprint, or should be an example of the sort of players United need to be going for in the future, because he was low cost, he was affordable, his salary is not high, but he's a player that is quite versatile. He's a technical player. In terms of tactical play, he's also good. He can play in multiple positions, and he works hard. You remember last season, he used to play until he can't run anymore, and we need such kind of players. And I would love to see Mazraoui come back to the team, especially in that right wing back position. Probably Ahmad will need to go to the right 10 or left 10. But Mazraoui is a player that I really love. He's a player that has given us a different dynamic when it comes to playing. So him being available is a plus for us. Even if he won't start the game, having him as an option off the bench is a good option. So Martinez is still recovering. We know that he's had an injury issue with his knee. He's still recovering from the operation. That's another player that I would want us to have back as an option, especially on the left center back position. Martinez is a leader. He's combative. He plays well. So for now, we know that 4 players are not available for that game. That is Martinez, Cunha, Mount, and Dalot. So in terms of City, Omar Mamouche is out of the game. John Stones is a doubt. Also, Ait Nouri and Ryan Chaki are also definitely absent. So I would have loved to see Ryan Chaki in that game because he said that he wants to come and kill United. So him not being there, it's a plus for us, but it's a disappointment for us fans because we wanted to see him actually kill us. So Mamouche has been a key figure for City. He's especially the second half of last season, he was their main guy. He was their go-to guy when it comes to creativity, when it comes to scoring goals, and him not playing is also an added advantage for us. So Ait Nouri and Ranchaki, who are also new signings, are not available. So Pep Guardiola suggested during his press conference that Phil Foden, Kusanov, Rico Lewis, Nico O'Reilly, Savinho, Kovacic, Guardiola should be okay despite question marks over their involvement. So Italy goalkeeper Donnarumma is available to make his debut following a pre-deadline move from PSG. So that's the team news. So we've seen that City are missing 4 players. United are missing also 4 players. And one thing I'm usually careful about when looking at team news is sometimes it's not a true reflection of how the game will go. Sometimes you find that the team with the most injuries or the critical injuries win. I don't know whether it's because they work harder or the opponents usually get a bit relaxed. But you can't write off a team that has a lot of injuries. You might say, oh, Mamouche and Chaki are not in, Ait Nouri is not in, so we are definitely going to beat them. No, it doesn't work like that. Most of the time, the team that has the most injuries or has the most critical players out, or most performing players out, they don't lose, because the other players also want to come in and prove a point. They are on the bench. When they come in, they want to prove to the coach that, hey, look, I'm available, I can perform. Also, the opponents usually get a bit relaxed. They say, for example, United can say, Mamouche is not in, Chaki is not in, so there is no point of working as hard. No. And we can't also say that since City lost their 2 matches, definitely we will win. No. Matches are different. You remember when Tottenham won the 2 games, and then the next game they lost. Yeah, City won big. Their first game they won, I think 5-0 or 5 something. The next 2 games they lost. Yeah, so matches don't work like that. Especially after the international break, things usually are quite tricky. You can't predict how the games will go. Before international break and after the international break, those matches are usually very, very tricky to predict. So the fact that City lost both of their matches, the last 2 matches, this is going to be a very, very tricky fixture. It's going to be a very difficult fixture. It's a fixture of fine margins. And as I said, this is a game that once you make a mistake, it's very difficult to recover. And it's a Manchester derby. Pep will want to prove a point that he is still good. Right now, there is chatter about him being on the downward trend. He will want to come in and prove a point. There is that expectation that he's still a top manager, he's spent big, but he also wants to show that those 2 losses were just a blip. And City always do that. We know that whenever City are starting the season, they always start slow, and then they start picking up pace. By the time you're getting to December, January, they are a different animal. So yeah, United can take advantage now before City get on form. As well as we know that there is always pressure when it comes to United. There is always pressure. Right now, the fans are divided on the players, the fans are divided on the coach. The media is always against United, so imagine a loss or a draw. Yeah, so this is a very, very tricky fixture. Now, coming to the team prediction, I'll start with Jeff Ahmed, who said he will go with Bayindir, Yoro, Delict, Shaw, Dogu, Mazraoui, Casemiro, Bruno, Mbumo, Ahmad, and Sheshko. Yeah, and I will go for the same team. 100%. 100%. Euro Delict Shaw, 100%. I'll go for that. I'm not sure whether Eden Heaven is fit, but if Eden Heaven is fit, I would go for Heaven instead of Luke Shaw. Dogu, Mazraoui, Casemiro. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So you're going with Dogu, Mazraoui, Casemiro, Bruno, Mbumo. So basically you're going with Ahmad as a 10. And then Mazraoui as a right wing back, Dogu as a left wing back. Yeah, I'd go for the same. If Mazraoui is not fit, then I'll just have Ahmad at right wing back and then have Kobbie Mainoo coming in midfield. So I'd have Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo in the center, Bruno as the number 10. Yeah, that's what I would go for. And I have a feeling that's the team that Amorim is going to go with. I have a feeling that Amorim will go with Euro Delict Shaw, he will go with Dogu and Ahmad as the wing backs, and then in the middle he'll go with Casemiro and Kobbie, and then the 10s he will go with Mbumo, Bruno, and then forward Šeško. That's the team I'm predicting. So guys, let me know in the comment section what lineup are you predicting, as well as the score prediction. What's your score prediction? Let me know your score prediction. Thanks for Haley for joining. Billionaire KE, thanks for joining. We also have Betty, thanks for joining and tuning in. Tina as well. Ivan, thanks for joining. G, thanks for joining. Slovic, thanks for joining. Henry as well. Yeah, so in the comment section, let me know, what do you think? Which team will you start? Which team will you have? Which team will you play? Yeah, and just like that, we have a new UKG squad member, and that is Ivan G. Sachs. Welcome on board. Welcome to the UKG family. Karibu sana. Yeah, we always enjoy, we always appreciate having new members of the to the squad. In case you're watching, you haven't joined the squad, please do. Make sure you also hit the subscribe button on our YouTube page. And before we get your score predictions as well as predicted lineups, we posted our first profile video, our first deep dive video on the YouTube page. I want to see whether I can play a teaser of the video so that we can all see. Although I also posted it on our social media platforms. We've posted a video about what went wrong with Andre Onana. So in case you haven't watched that video, please go to our YouTube channel. You watch that video. It's a really nice video, and we've, as I promised, we've started doing these profile videos, and more are coming. Hopefully we'll get another one this week, and also we keep growing. Right now we are on 89 subscribers on YouTube. As you see on the top left, it says road to 100 subscribers. So we are only 11 away to getting to 100 subscribers on YouTube. So make sure you also head on to YouTube, you hit the subscribe button, you watch that video. And also on TikTok, we are on 3,610 out of 4,000. That's massive growth on TikTok. On Monday, we had 3,000. On Monday, actually, we hit the 3,000 target, 3,002. And right now, we are on 3,610 out of 4,000. So that's massive growth. And thanks for everyone who's following, like Ivan G, who's just followed. Thanks a lot. So yeah, guys, let me have your score predictions. What do you think? For me, I'm going for 2-1 to United. The City games are usually very, very tough. And we do seem to have a good record at the Etihad. So I'm going for a 2-1 City. Let's hope that Amorim comes with his tactics spot on. Last season, Amorim beat Pep twice with two different teams, with Sporting and with United. So yeah, I'm going for a 2-1 to United. Manchester United 2, City 1. But let me know in the comment section, what's your score prediction? Do you think United will win? Do you think it will be a draw? Do you think it will be a loss to United? Let me know before we end the live. Keep quiet, you're saying quite realistic. In what sense? In what sense? You think United can't win? You think United can't win? Billionaire, your predicted squad is Bayindir, Yoro, Delict, Shaw, Mazraoui, Dogu, Casemiro, Bruno, Ahmad, Bumo, Sheshko. So basically, it's the same. It's the same lineup as Jeff's lineup. Yeah, it's the same lineup. Keep quiet, you're saying don't be biased, bro. What do you mean? I'm a United fan. I want United to win. And I'm realistic. Yeah, I'm realistic. United can win, can beat City. And I started the stream by saying that I have a good feeling in this game. I have a really good feeling when it comes to this game. And as I said, it's a tricky fixture. Injuries on both sides. And if we look at the Pep versus Amorim script, Amorim has had a better chance. So you're saying Man U to win 3-1. So what was all of that about? Cunha is not in. Keep quiet. Cunha is injured. We've gone through the team news. Cunha is out of this game. Cunha, Mount, Martinez, and Dalot are out of this game. But Captain, you are saying Manchester will beat City 3-1. Yeah. Keep quiet is also saying the same 3-1. Or keep quiet, are you telling me to be realistic because we can win more? So City, we can beat City. We can beat City 2-1, 1-0. Yeah. When it comes to Man City, right now I'm a bit confident, especially since last season. Even last season, I was confident going into the games. And when that Ahmad goal went in, you remember that high boot collection by Ahmad, that goal. Yeah, that game I was confident throughout. And I don't know what's happening to City. Especially this season, I don't know what's happening. Let's just hope that the players are up to it. Especially going to Etihad and winning. I can't wait to start singing Manchester is Red. Jeff, you're saying the only problem with United is set piece, and City are bad at it. Yeah, City are not good when it comes to set pieces. United are also not good. Let me tell you where this game will be won. This game will be won in the midfield. That's where this game will be won. And if United don't press well against City, we will get butchered. But if you play their usual games that they play and they leave spaces in behind, United will slaughter them. Because City, we know, are very, very susceptible to counter-attacks. And if you look at how City are losing matches, it's based on counter-attack. The other thing is right now they have a good goalkeeper. He's big. Donnarumma is big. It's like he covers the entire goal. So we need also to start scoring because we create chances but we don't score. My hope and prayer tomorrow is we don't hit the post. We've hit the post more times than we've scored. Yeah, so we are not good at set pieces. I just hope that tomorrow the players are up for the game. Tom Martin, thanks for joining and commenting. You're saying Manchester United to win 2-0. Good prediction. Jeff Ahmed, you're saying United to win 3-1. And you're saying and not left 10. Is there a comment that has been left out? Oh, keep quiet. Let me know. You're saying that Tom Martin, you're saying Mainu, Bruno, and Ugarte to start in midfield. You don't want Casemiro to start, and the way Casemiro has been playing well this season. You know, I posted a video, a TikTok video, and also a reel and a short about Casemiro being on fire this season. Guys laughed at me. And last week The papers wrote about Casemiro's form, especially after the Brazil game. There was a journalist who did a story about him, and then it's like now it's when you guys are saying, yeah. So I wouldn't go with Ugarte in this game. Ugarte is too erratic, to be honest. Ugarte and City will kill you if you make mistakes. If you lose the ball, City will definitely kill you. And Ugarte is that sort of player. And one thing I don't like is the referee we've been given. Uh, that referee likes giving cards. He likes giving cards. Yeah, yeah. So I agree with the first two, Mainu, Bruno, and Ugarte, but bro, I'd go with Casemiro instead, unless there are news that he's been injured or something. Unless there are news that he's been injured, which I don't see. Yeah, yeah. So SKD, poa sana, poa sana. It's good to see you. You went missing, like Jeff. You went missing. Yeah, niko poa. I'm doing well. Yeah, and once again, guys, I apologize for yesterday. We didn't have kiosk or ground. I was very exhausted. I had a difficult week at work, as well as there wasn't really much to cover yesterday. So I said, let's just do the live today. Kipkoech, you're saying I go with Kase plus Bruno. Yeah, me too. I go with the both. Ugarte at the moment I think is good as a squad player coming in from the bench when other players are tired, so that he can bring that energy, disrupt midfield. One thing I love about Ugarte is he, with him playing, the opponents don't get a flow. They don't get to pass the ball. They don't get to have sustained possession. He just disrupts play. He reminds me of Jisung Park. He's a player who will just come and become a nuisance in the midfield. And let's say if we are, let's say in the second half, 60th, 70th minute, he can come in and start disrupting play. Yeah, and I also expect De Ligt to do to Haaland what he did to Gyökeres. Not give Haaland space. Not give Haaland. Haaland right now, he's feeling good. He scored 5 goals in the international break, so he's feeling good. In one match, that is. So he's feeling good. You're saying just replace Cunha with Zaxi, no more changes. Yeah, I'd start Sheshko, to be honest, in this game. I'd start Sheshko. Because remember in the last game, we started with Mount and Cunha and Bumo. Now both Mount and Cunha are not in. So who do we start as the striker? So personally, I'd go for Bruno and Mbumo as the 10s, and then Sheshko as the striker, and then in midfield I have Casemiro and Kobe Mainu. Kobe Mainu has shown that he always has good games against City. Yeah, so and the pace of the game will suit Kobe Mainu well, and he also wants to fight for a place, the England place, the World Cup, the United team place. Zaxi, I would also go with Zaxi to start Zaxi, because Zaxi also gives us a different dynamic. He can be able to navigate through tight spaces and ping a ball, especially with City. We need someone who can be able to ping a ball for the counter attack. We need that person. SKD, you go on and say, I don't want Bruno as a 10. He loses the ball sana at 10. I prefer him as an 8. Okay, let's look at that comment again. If he's losing ball as a 10, he won't lose the ball as an 8. Come on, SKD. Of course, if he loses the ball as a 10 because he's trying to make things work. He's trying those passes to the strikers. That's why probably you're saying that he loses the ball a lot. But when you're playing as a 10, you have to create chances. And when you're creating chances, the passing rate will be less. Even if you look at Cunha, you look at even Ahmad, or you look at any player who plays as a 10, pick any other team. A number 10 will not have a high percentage rate compared to a deep lying midfielder. And what I would like about Bruno playing as a 10 in this game is because he can be able to unlock that City defense. Because City are very, very compact. City are very, very compact. But one thing I would say is any number 10 will not have a good completion rate, pass completion rate. Any team, you take any team, they will always lose the ball. It's like how strikers lose the ball. We don't speak about it, but how many times do strikers lose the ball? Because there is pressure on them. It's a high pressure situation. They are always closed down early. But when you're playing in the deep areas of the midfield, you'll always have that space. You'll always have options. There are more options in the central midfield than there are in the higher areas of the pitch. Let's say in the attacking areas of the pitch. The player won't get that space, and hence they will lose more matches. More balls. They will lose more duels. They will try to make a pass, the defender gets the ball. But when they play as an 8 or a 6, they have options. They can play a back pass, they can play to the fullbacks, they can play forward, they can play over the defenders to the striker. So I want you to check on that aspect. I agree with you. Yes, he loses balls. He loses the passes, or the passes are not 100%, or the pass completion rate is lower when he plays as a 10. But Bruno sometimes can play a pass when he's a 10. And Sheshko, remember, he's one that makes good runs. So I want you to imagine having Bruno as a 10, Mbumo as a 10, and Sheshko as a forward. So, yeah, I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just saying that whenever we are comparing the two positions, you need to understand that the area of operation is quite different. As a 10, you have less space. As an 8, you have more space to operate. Kipkoech, you're saying you agree with SKD. You're saying not much pressure at 8. Yeah, there's not much pressure on it. You have time to look around, scan, pre-scan. But when you are players at 10, when you play in the forward areas, there's always that tendency and for defenders to come close you down. The defenders will always come close you down because they don't want you to get into dangerous spaces. They also want to block what we call passing lines. They don't want you to have that time to lift your head up and look at the field and pass the ball. So tackles will be more, closing down will be more. There is less space to operate compared to a number 8. So SKD, you're saying as a 10, Bruno doesn't cross but shoots. Yeah, and I like that. I don't know why he stopped doing it. I don't know why he stopped doing it. I want you to have a look at his first season. He was scoring goals from outside the box. And we need it because at times when you are not closer to the box and you need a goal, what do? A good example is, you remember the Everton game, his first season. He got a good goal. Remember the Liverpool game. Van Dijk was expecting him to run towards goal, but he just kicked the ball, open net, it's a goal. So sometimes you need that shot, that long range shot to score. You remember even the Arsenal game. He had a good shot outside the box, it's a goal. Yeah, so I get your points in terms of him not crossing, getting shots, but at times you have to. Especially when you're playing against a low block, sometimes you have to. And the good thing about players who can shoot outside the box is the ball is usually not as visible to the goalkeepers, or it can even get a deflection, it goes towards goal. So Bruno playing as a number 8 is also advantageous because he can be able to play those long balls, those long crosses, can ping a pass. But now playing against City, I would want him as a 10, because as a 10 he will be given more freedom to roam. He will go forward, he'll come to defense to collect the ball. Playing him as an 8, and he usually has that tendency to roam, it means that we will be one man short in midfield. So That's why I'm inclined to having him as a 10 in this particular game. Because when you have, let's say, Casemiro and Kobe playing at the center, then they have more discipline compared to Bruno. Yes, he's a bit disciplined, but I would prefer him being given a free role. He's told, you just go in and create chances. We need him to cross for Sheshko. Yes, we do, but he's not the only one who can cross to Sheshko. Dogu can, and he's supposed to. Ahmad can, he's supposed to. Mbumo. Also the centre backs. Also the centre backs can cross to him. So it's not only the responsibility of one player, but we need him to find Sheshko more. One thing I said a couple of weeks ago is this team does not know how to play with forwards. If you look at how United have been playing since last season, this team doesn't know how to play with forwards. You look at even the Grimsby game, you look at the Burnley game, regardless of whether it's Sheshko or whether it's Cunha or Mbumo playing forward or Mount, they are making good runs. They are making good runs, but we can't seem to find them. We take too much time on the ball. We play the wrong passes. At times it's a through ball to the forward. They run in on goal. They score, but we choose to pass back. We choose to pass to the center midfield. So this team needs to learn how to play with a forward, because Sheshko is getting into good areas, and you saw him. Whenever he gets the ball, he creates good opportunities for himself and other people. So we need to find a way. And as SKD, you said, if it means that Bruno crosses more to him, well and fine, that guy can jump. He's tall, and you saw that he can jump quite high. Zaxi compliments any player. Yes, he does. He does. Zaxi is a very good player, and I was a bit sad seeing reports a couple of days ago, was it yesterday or the other day, that United will sell him in the summer. Personally, I wouldn't. I don't want to be part of Player FC or to be seen as part of Player FC. But Zaxi is already accepted to be a squad player. He's comfortable being a squad player, and we need such kind of a profile. We need such kind of a profile. Jeff Ahmed, you're saying you can't score Donnarumma on long range. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Instead of saying you can't score, I would say it's difficult too. But to score, every keeper has conceded a long range goal. In fact, when you look at the goals he conceded versus Chelsea in the Club World Cup, they were basically Cole Palmer was passing to the net. They weren't even hard shots, they weren't even golazos, they're just simple pass to the net, and he concedes. Yeah, so I'd say probably difficult to score long range, but can't score? I don't think so. Things happen. The ball can be shot. A Man City defender touches it, it's in on goal. It changes direction. And I keep saying football is also a game of luck. Man City forever. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. You are a rival fan, but thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the UKG family. We always invite and welcome everyone. And let me know, Man City forever. What do you think about tomorrow's game? Will United beat you, or will you beat United? Let me know. Then Jeff Ahmed, you're saying United will play a low block. Bruno will be a good number 8. Yeah, he will be a good number 8. He can be a good number 8 in that game. But for me, I'm looking at City's midfield, and the fact that the battle will be won in the midfield. I would prefer Bruno to play as a 10 so that he has that free role. He can come in as an 8, he can play as a forward. He has that flexibility to move around. So that's why I would prefer playing him as a 10 and then having Kobe as an 8, yeah. So Bruno, yeah, he can play as an 8, he can do a perfect job. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Then you're saying, like, seriously, would you expect Kobe to do long balls to Mbumo? Bruno is good in shifting play. Kobe can do it. Kobe can. We haven't seen him doing it, but it doesn't mean he can't. He can. And furthermore, as I said, it's not the responsibility of one single player to ping a pass to Mbumo, to ping a pass to the forward. It's based on tactics. It's also based on tactics. Let me give you an example, or let me ask you a question, SKD. What will happen in a situation where now, let's say, Bruno gets a red card or is injured? Does it mean we don't play passes or crosses to Šeško? Let's say Bruno gets injured, or for some reason is unavailable for the game, and Kobe is the one that's available. Does it mean we change the tactic altogether? Yeah, he never gets injured, but it doesn't mean he can't or he won't. Remember that he also got a red card in one game. So what happens in that case? What happens? For some reason he won't play. And Kobe Mainu is the one now who's playing. Or let's say not even Kobe. Amorim becomes Amorim and says that Ugarte is the one who's playing. So what happens? And as I've mentioned, it's just that this team doesn't know how to play with forwards. That's why you see that you need Bruno to play those passes. Dogu needs to find the forward. Ahmad needs to find the forward. Mbumo needs to find the forward. Cunha and Mount, when they come back, they need to find the forwards. Casemiro as well needs to find the forward. Martinez, you saw that he found Ahmad in that last City game. Yoro as well, Mazraoui. All these players, they need to know how to play with forwards. A pass to Šeško or a cross is not the only way we can get the ball to the forwards. There are multiple ways. You say you just think Bruno as a 10 will change everything in playing style. Yes, it will. It will change everything. Bruno as a 10, in this game, in this specific game, I think it's the best position for him. Because as a 10, you get that you can get that freedom to roam around. You can get that freedom to roam around. I'll give an example. Most of the time, Casemiro sticks at the back as a defensive midfielder, and you find that Bruno goes up or Kobe goes up. So if Bruno plays as a 10, they can swap positions with Kobe Mine, or let's say if it's someone else who's playing there, they can swap positions. So at one time, let's say Kobe is playing as a 10, Bruno drops, because there is that recognition that Bruno will roam. So if there is a free position, then Kobe can take it up. Playing also Bruno as a free roaming position or a free roll, he can be able to go to the left, get the ball, go to the right, come in deep to collect the ball, be able to, whenever we are in the defensive phase of the game, let's say City are attacking us, Bruno does not have to fall deep. Because if you play Bruno as an 8, it means whenever City are attacking, he will have to drop deeper. And you notice in the Fulham game, when Bruno drops deeper, he has a tendency to lose his marker. And that's why we conceded that goal. So we need Bruno to play further ahead of the defenders so that when he gets that ball, or let's say there is a clearance, Bruno has that knack to collect the ball and create a good chance. He can play a very good through ball. He can play a very good aerial ball, and he will get Mbumo or let's say Šeško will be playing in those attacking positions. So when he plays as an 8 and we are under attack, he will have to play behind the midfielders, behind the 2 10s, behind the striker. But if you play him as a 10 and we are being attacked, he will be the first phase of defense. That is the first line. When you look at the way teams play, there is the first line of defense. Usually it's like 2 or 3 people. Then there is the second line and the third line. So when you play him as an 8, it means that you will have to be in the second phase of defense. But in the City game, where they are prone to counter-attacks, it's better to play him as the first phase of defense, so that in case there is a clearance, he can collect those loose balls and be able to create those chances. So that's my point number 1 and point number 2. He'll have that free roll. He can roam around the pitch, create opportunities. And when we are being attacked, he's free to collect that ball and create chances. And we know Bruno can run in a counter-attacking situation. So you are saying, in short, you guys want Kobe to play, but I want Zaxi to. No, we are not. We are not saying in terms of Kobe or Zaxi. Zaxi can come and play. He can come and play as a 10 and Bruno as an 8. I'm just saying, in this game, in this particular game where the battle will be in the midfield and City are prone to counter, Bruno is well suited to play in the number 10 instead of a number 8. But you are not saying that we don't want Zaxi to play. No, we are just saying in terms of this particular game, who will be best suited to play as a 10 and a number 8. Then Jeff, you're saying Ahmed can't play wing back. Doku is rapid. We need to be defensive. Yes, I agree with you on that sense. In terms of we'll have a weak spot on the right, and we need to sort that out. And that's why I said if Mazraoui is available in this game, I will start him. If he's fit enough, I will start him as a right wing back. If Dalot was available, I'm sure Amorim would have started him instead of Ahmad in this game, the way he did in the Arsenal game. Because Doku is quite rapid, he's very physical. But also we know that Ahmad can be quite combative. We know that he has a way of stealing balls from someone's feet. So I agree with you. In this game, the right wing back position is a huge question mark. Mohamed, you're saying we need a midfielder like Shaboshlai, a machine who runs the whole pitch. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But before we get the January transfer window, we have to make do with what we have. And there are options. There was talk about Wharton, Baleba, and another player, I can't remember the name, being brought in January. So United are ready to spend in January. Know that United never really want to spend in January, but it seems that this year in January we'll spend big. Yeah, so a good discussion on Bruno, on Zaxi, on Kobe Mainu, but I would say it doesn't really matter who plays as a 10 or a number 8. All I'm just saying is this player who plays as a 10, this player who plays as an 8, they need to find a way to find our forwards. Whether it's Bruno, whether it's Kobe, whether it's Zaxi. Because we have a problem. We play well, the transition game is nice, but we can't seem to find the forwards. We can't seem to find the forwards. And when we do, we give them a very difficult time to score. I want to point reference to Mbumo's goal, the second goal against Burnley. It was a perfect goal. That's how you find your forwards. They make those good runs, give them the ball, they'll score. Most of the time, especially the Grimsby game, it was quite disappointing. You find that Sheshko is making a good run, he's even pointing. I want the ball in that space. And then what happens? The player stops, turns back, passes backwards, wastes the forwards run. So we need to have these players find the forwards. We are doing very badly when it comes to creating opportunities. And the funny thing is, United is the top team when it comes to all those attacking stats. When it comes to XG, when it comes to shots, when it comes to those chances created, everything, United is leading. But still, with the blind eye, with the naked eye, you see that we can't find the forwards. We can't seem to get opportunities for them. They have to carve out opportunities for themselves. The other thing, as Jeff said, we are really bad on set pieces. Whether it's corners, free kicks, throw-ins, we are really poor. And one thing I don't want to see in this City game is us making those silly mistakes we usually do, like giving the ball away. City will kill us. If we don't win those 50-50 balls, they will kill us. And we have to accept to play a very high-paced game. We can't allow City to get an opportunity or go on goal or to get their rhythm going. If you look at how they lost those matches, they were not being given time to settle in the game. After the fourth or fifth pass, they were being slaughtered. They were getting the ball snatched away. Yeah. Hafta, thanks for following. Welcome to the UKG family. Welcome to the UKG squad. So we've had a couple of members today joining. Yeah. Welcome to the UKG squad. Welcome. Yeah. And I hope to see you more. And that's it. That's it for today's show, today's preview. The hour is up. And I'm glad to have you. I'm glad for the good discussion. And let me appreciate Jeff, as always, being with us, Nubis Kubis, Dylan. I think the first time you're joining and commenting and saying hello. We had Ivan G. Sachs who joined, Keep Koech, as always. Billionaire KE, I think it's also the first time you're joining and commenting. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but welcome. And then we had, who else? Tom Martin, SKD, the usual, the regular SKD. SKD always wants to have a big debate. I think SKD on Monday you should come in on live. SKD, we should have you on the ground talk live. You join the chat and give us your points. We'd like to hear you live on the mic. And then we had Man City Forever, who joined the UKG family. Who else? Then we have Mohammed, one of the legends of this stream, of this platform. And Hafta, who also joined. And PNM Interiors has said hi to you as well. Unfortunately, you're joining us. We are ending the stream. But yeah, let me just say hi. It's always good to see you. Today we started a bit early. Sorry about that. But it's always good to see you. So tomorrow, I'm going to see you live for the post-match review, for the match review immediately after the game. So I hope to see you tomorrow, right after the game. So Brian, you've said I have also waved. Good to see you, Brian. I think when you wave on TikTok, it doesn't come on the plugin to show the chats, but I'll do my research and make sure that activity that's happening on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook is also coming on the plugin, the comment plugin. Yeah, Jeff Ahmed, as always, a legend. PNM, I'm sorry that I'm ending as you're coming on. Brian, once again, I'm sorry for not seeing your wave. Pole sana. I do apologize. So yeah, once again, make sure you give us a follow. We've hit 3612 out of 4,000 on TikTok. On YouTube, let me see how many subscribers we have. Yeah, 89, and as you see there, it's road to 100 subscribers. So make sure you also go there, you give us a subscription. And once again, if you haven't watched our deep dive video, our profile video of Onana and what went wrong at Manchester United, please make sure you go to the YouTube channel, United Go Ground. You do watch that quite insightful documentary on what went wrong with Onana at Manchester United. So until tomorrow, have a great evening. God bless. See you and bye-bye.